Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, I'm playing series videos I would do for a while. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, and folks, I'm gonna talk about stuff. I'm gonna let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not gonna lie. This is another backroom review, which if you're used to my more recent content, then yeah, this is actually where I used to do all of my reviews. I switched it up more to doing the car stuff because it's just easier. Plus the back room, it's But anyway, folks, super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm going to yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing so, since I'm in the back room, Peter Can Thunderbolt poster behind me. No crappy old ladder off to the side, no longer with the Marvel figures up there. Don't worry, I didn't get rid of them. They've just been moved to another room. But I do still have a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight my super cool shirt. Super cool shirt am I wearing today? Boom! It's my Static X shirt. What with the evil disco man and the shovel? I love me some Static X. They are a fantastic band. They've been around since at least the late 90s. I always want to say like mid 90s, I think, is when they kind of got started. But I think like 99, early 2000s, that's kind of when they really started to break out. Their debut album, Wisconsin Death Trip, which is still just an absolute fantastic album to this day. Their blend of music is they're sort of an industrial metal band, but sort of an industrial metal band in the guise of metal at that time, which means you're either going to kind of love them or hate them, because they certainly do have sort of a new metal aspect to them, albeit not really much in the way of rapping or anything like that, but, just certain beat styles. But I really like their stuff. Sadly, I never got to see them perform live while their lead singer was still with us. But a few years ago, they did manage to go over there. Rest of the members got together. One of their friends went over there. One of Wayne Static, he was the lead singer. One of his friends went over there and decided to take up the lead singing duties. And I've seen them a few times. They've been fantastic every single time. I have some videos of their performances. They're on this channel, just in case you're interested. But anyway, one little girl who's being a very explorative little girl. One of my hamsters is out. Hello, Aisha. Oh, you're a very cute little lady. Yeah, you're so cute. You're so cute. Would you like a treat, little lady? Oh, little girl. Little girl. Now I'll give her some treats. Aisha is a very sweet little hamster, but she's very, very shy. She's not the most sociable hamster, so. But anyway, what am I trying for you folks? What are we doing here today, aside from me being distracted by adorable hamsters? Well, I just got through doing some instant noodle reviews for Sriracha. Go watch those. I, in fact, have an entire playlist called Ramen Reviews. It's just instant noodle reviews that I've done. And, well, I've got a new one. It's not ramen, but, well, it is. Can we get a thing? Where's the thing? Oh, God! Boom! It's Pho! Or Pho! I think it's pronounced Pho, technically, but, So, this is from a company, I believe it's called Snapdragon. This is Mushroom Pho. If you're not familiar with Pho, it is, it's like one of the national dishes of Vietnam. And it's kind of like their version, and I know it's not like a one-to-one or anything. It's kind of like their version of ramen a little bit. It's very brothy soup with noodles. You get like different proteins you can add to it. I think beef is usually what's used, but I've certainly had it with other stuff. I love pho. I love Vietnamese food. I have reviewed some stuff from Vietnamese restaurants. This is the instant version of it. So it's street food inspired by the street food of Asia. Snapdragon satisfies your craving for rich flavor. Blah, 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 blah. I will say one thing that I did find funny in the instructions. Says, so microwave on high for 2 minutes, have happy thoughts, and let stand for 1 minute. I don't know if my thoughts were that happy while this was going on, so maybe it'll fuck the whole thing up. But yeah, man, I found this. I don't even remember where I found this. It says it's ready in 3 minutes. You pop it in for, apparently it cost me $1.29. So let's give it a go. Let's do a thing. It's very soupy compared to like the other ones that I did, so, which isn't surprising. It's a soup. Let's get a thing here. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Let's Sure, that'll be a thumbnail. Let's give it a go. Okay. Alright. I can see what they're going for with it. I mean, obviously it's not going to be as good as like actual pho. Pho is fantastic. It's got a deep, rich flavor to it. It's fantastic. This is trying to emulate that, in a more simplified capacity. It kind of works. I can, I can say, I mean, I don't know if I would go immediately to pho as what I would think it was, but being that it's like, oh, okay, yeah, I can see what they're going with it. Noodles are nice. They're like rice noodles. Um, you know, they got some flavor to them. The texture's decent. I wouldn't say they're undercooked, but it's definitely one of those things I feel like if you wanted softer noodles, you could maybe give it an extra 30 seconds because they've still got a little firmness to them. But that's just personal preference. I'm personally fine with it as is, but yo, one point of contention I do have with these type of noodles, man, they're hard to keep a hold of. I mean, that's perfectly okay. I mean, I wouldn't say it's definitely not a substitute, but let's try some of the broth just by itself. You know, broth is actually pretty tasty. I would say honestly, I think the broth by itself probably tastes a little bit better when you're just getting it, sort of off the noodles. The broth actually has a decent amount of complexity to it. Like it doesn't just taste like a basic bitch broth. Yeah. As for the mushroom part of it, maybe like there might be a little bit kind of like that sort of earthy mushroominess to it. I wouldn't say it's particularly mushroomy or anything. I'm somebody I love some fucking mushrooms, but like again, I can kind of see what they're going for with it. It's always important when it comes to these type of things, when you're doing these cup of noodle type stuff. You obviously have to be realistic with your expectations. I'm not expecting to come into this and have it be like the stuff I get at the restaurant. It took me 3 minutes to make. You know, it cost me $1.29. So basically, what I'm really doing is I'm sort of comparing it against other type of stuff like that. In that regard, I mean, I can appreciate what they're doing with it. Plus, it is interesting to have pho instead of, again, like the more standard ramen noodles. And there's other brands that do this type of stuff too. There's all kinds of instant noodle stuff for all different kinds of dishes. It works well as a format. It's simple, it's easy. Uh, Question becomes, do I prefer it? Is it, to like the normal stuff? No, I think I definitely would prefer just like some straight normal kind of ramen noodles. But I do like that this is an option. And I mean, two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Um, Maybe and sorta. So here's the thing. The problem I'm sort of having with this is that it is certainly evocative of pho for sure, and that's what it's supposed to do. The thing is, for me, if I really want pho, I have some really great locations. There's a place near me called Pho Ha. I've actually reviewed a few things from their menu on the channel. Go watch those videos. I would just go there, man, because like pho is such a great experience, Whereas, like, I feel, and maybe it's just conditioning, probably. I'm just more used to like the standard, ramen noodles type of instant noodles and stuff like that. I think I can just kind of get away with that a little bit easier. Whereas with this, it just really makes me want real pho. So I could see maybe adding it into my rotation every now and again because it's not bad. I think it's decent enough for what it is, but it is obviously a very pale imitation. And I think even compared to some of the other options that are available out there, like even the sriracha ones that I was talking about earlier, I would probably go with those or like Shin Chan, something like that. But as again, I don't mind that it's available as an option. And it's pretty tasty for what it is. So. But anyway, folks, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day. Spectacular rest of the week. Mental rest month. Spend this rest of your folks. You go over there, have yourselves a truly adorable hamster-tastic rest of your life. Because you can't see the adorable hamster because it's right behind my phone. But my little girl H is being all silly. She's being a little silly truffle hunter right now. Because I went over there, I poured a bunch of treats on her bedding and everything. So now she's digging through it. She's so cute. I wish I could show her to you, but she's not that type of hamster. She'll let me hold her every now and again, but she's just like, and I was like, that's fine. I always try to respect their boundaries, They're living things. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what do? You can't do it all the time. I know I can't do it all the time. But you can do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me, I know it. I live it. I'm out there with you in it. And, even when we have adorable hamsters, life can be stressful, frustrating, etc. It's important when we run into those situations, take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholeness in our lives. Hopefully you better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, here's what I'm going to suggest. Go get some pho. Seriously. Check around, see if you have places available. You'd be surprised. Like, at least in my area, I know in the past, like, relatively few-ish years, it's become more of a thing with, like, Vietnamese food and stuff. And it's been really cool trying out all these different places. Pho Ha's my favorite, but I've been to some other really good ones, too. And if you've never had Vietnamese food, man, it is really good. It's super tasty. It definitely has its own flair to it. I highly recommend it. Or conversely, you don't have to if you don't want to, but I do recommend it.